everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and this is Gidget. You guys haven't seen her for a while. She's normally laying here with me in the chair. But yeah, can you smile at the camera? No? No? Camera shy? Okay. She's normally sitting here with me, you just can't see her. Welcome back, guys, to another video. Okay, so Me Made May is over, and I just kind of wanted to talk about my challenge. I'm actually going to pop a link up here to the video where I talked about my intent at the beginning before Me Made May started. And yeah, just kind of my thoughts on it and how it went. So my whole point of Me Made May this year was to try out this new module concept that I am sewing my closet in now. Again, not my idea. This is not my concept. Christy Russell on YouTube, and I'll pop a link to her channel down below, is a stylist, and she uses this to dress her clients. A module is a topper, one topper, coat, jacket, blazer, something along those lines, two bottoms, skirt, pants, shorts, whatever, and then three tops. And that makes up 6 pieces of clothing, make up a module. Well, I'm sewing in modules right now, and I'll put a link actually up to the video on Friday, because that is where I did my whole first big, it's 3 modules, but it was my spring wardrobe, which is 18 pieces of clothing. I did not make all 18 pieces, well, I did, everything but 2 things. I didn't make them all brand new. I had used things from my closet as well, just to clarify. But yeah, so the whole point of Me Made May is I wanted to try it out. Is it possible to wear nothing but these, actually it was 14 pieces of clothing for the entire 31 days. So I worked with Module 1 and Module 2, which was 12 pieces of clothing, and then I added in, because I do like to wear dresses and jumpsuits, so I thought I would go ahead and add in 1 dress and 1 jumpsuit. So I had 14 pieces of clothing, and that's all I wore for the month of May. Now I say that's all. I mean, I still wore like athletic wear when I was working out, and we did a lot of yard work over Memorial Day weekend. I clearly was in like yard work clothes for that. But my outfits for actually being put together were all just those 14 pieces for the entire month. So I am not a minimalist. I really don't have a desire to have a minimalist closet, but I do really love the idea of having a cohesive closet where you know exactly what you have in your closet. It's not overcrowded or overcluttered, and everything has another way to wear it. You have, you don't have a top that only has 1 pair of bottoms to go with, or bottoms that only have 1 top to go with. You've got multiple options to wear that top or that bottom or that jacket or whatever, so that it serves, it's a workhorse, so that it does its job and it's not just taking up space in your closet. So that was kind of the whole idea behind this. And I was a little worried, I'm not gonna lie, a little worried at the beginning of the month that I was gonna get really bored by the time the month was over, and also just have a really hard time putting outfits together. I can say with 100% honesty, that didn't happen at all. Now at the end of the month, I was going back, so I've kept a highlight on my Instagram account that is all 31 days of the challenge, a picture, and then it lists, tags what I'm wearing for that day. I will say at the end of the month, I was going back and watching that highlight just to make sure I wasn't repeating outfits, only because I was really focusing on having 31 different outfits for you guys. I just didn't want to repeat an outfit for the challenge. So I was having to remind myself a little bit, have I worn this shirt and top together? Or did I have a topper on with it or not? But I was never bored. In fact, I think that this whole challenge pushed me creatively because I was trying to find different ways to style things. I wore my blazer a ton, which, spoiler alert, I am obsessed with blazers. I've always wanted to wear blazers. I love that look. I tend to dress a little more traditional, a little more classic, as I'm sitting here in a collared shirt. So I always love the idea of blazers, but I am disproportionate with my bust and my shoulders, and just trying to get things to fit is very hard, especially when it comes to blazers. Although, more on that in a minute. I discovered the Jessica blazer by Closet Case Patterns, and my whole blazer world has completely changed. But I have been wearing a refashioned blazer in this month, and I just had so much fun every morning, being in the shower and trying to decide, okay, what am I gonna wear today? How am I gonna pair those 14 items? And I still have a whole bunch of ideas for these 14 items of different ways I could pair them. I didn't layer anything underneath my Sierra jumpsuit, and I very easily There's definitely two tops that that for my own style I would have layered under that Sierra jumpsuit. It's just that the weather started to warm up and I didn't have a chance to layer it. But moving into the fall or even next year, early spring, definitely. In fact, even the cover art on that pattern, she's wearing a turtleneck underneath it. So there are many other options. So yeah, I did not get bored. I found myself being challenged creatively, and I got dressed every day, which is huge. I'm definitely, if I'm down here sewing all day, it's so easy to, go do my workout in the morning and then be in workout clothes and just like, oh, I'm gonna go down and work or sew for a little bit or whatever. And so aside from the days that I'm filming, I go, and I still did in May, went days without wearing makeup and that kind of thing. But I would just stay in those stinky clothes because I wasn't leaving the house. I was just doing stuff around the house. But this challenge forced me to actually, take a shower every day. I typically take a shower every day. I don't wash my hair every day, but I do bathe my body every day, even if I'm going around scrubby. But usually if it's late enough in the day, I just go from wearing workout clothes, taking a bath or a shower, and then putting on other comfortable clothes because, I haven't left the house. Sounds very sad. But this forced me to actually get dressed every day, and I've noticed a huge impact it's had on my mental well-being. I just feel better when I'm put together. I was battling an illness that my parents brought with them towards the end of May, kind of a head cold type thing that then morphed into allergies. But I found that just getting up and getting myself dressed and put together, I don't know that it helped my immune system necessarily, but it made me feel better. So I was just in better spirits and able to just continue to go about my day. So I am 100% sold on this idea of module dressing. It just made my life so easy, but not like, because sometimes people say, capsule wardrobes, it's just so mindless. You can just wake up and throw things on, and out the door you go. And I don't want a closet like that. I like that creative challenge of putting together outfits and, how am I feeling that day and what outfits, are going to portray that to the world. But this module way of dressing does that. As you can see, I'm not one that sticks with a lot of like neutrals. I've got white and like a light blue in this capsule, but in navy. But I like bright color, and my yellow pants. Oh, we'll talk about that in a second. But I loved how it, again, challenged me creatively, but still was easy. There wasn't anything I'm like, oh, I really want to wear this top, but I don't have any bottoms to wear. Everything went together. So I highly recommend the module, especially the module form of sewing. A lot of people have said in the comments before that they have a really hard time making things that go with other stuff in their closet. And this is a fantastic way to organize your sewing without being so strict, that you don't have to have like a list, like I want to make these 5 things. Maybe you look at things that you already have in your closet and say, okay, here's a hole. I need a 3rd top here. What am I feeling inspired to make now? And then it just gives you a little direction and colors. I am going to be going in this month, and I'm not sure if it's going to be Friday's video or next week if I'm going to start, but I'm getting ready to do a series on how I plan a module, how I pick patterns, how I pick silhouettes, how I then buy the fabric, how I decide what my color story is going to be, all of that. And then you're going to see it all the way through until I'm actually planning my first summer module, and then you'll see the end result of that. So that's what's coming up here in June. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It's gonna be fun. The thing I was most surprised with, I have 2 pairs of jeans, sorry, I keep looking over at the rack that has all the clothes on it. I have 2 pairs of jeans in this capsule, a pair of white jeans and a pair of like a light blue, both of which, I knew that those were workhorses in my closet, because they're jeans. I was so surprised, number one, how easy my bright yellow pants were to style, and how stinking comfortable they are. They're wool. They're a light, like tropical weight wool, but they've got stretch in them. These pants, it was like wearing sweatpants. Like there's no need to wear sweatpants because those pants feel like sweatpants. The only issue I had is that they do have a tendency to collect all of the lint in my sewing room because they are wool. So, I leave the room and I'm just covered in little bits and pieces. That's typically me on a day anyway. So those maybe caught lint just a little bit more than my jeans, but so comfortable. I was so surprised by those. My blue silk top, I absolutely love, and I love the way it looks on me. It could be more comfortable. And it could be more comfortable because I didn't do an FBA on it when I made the pattern, even though I know better, and I need a full bicep adjustment on it as well. So I'm very tempted. I mean, it'll still get worn, I mean, because it's gorgeous, and I love it. Again, I love the silhouette on me. It just wasn't super comfortable to wear all day long. And I forced myself to wear it all day long just to kind of get a feel for how I liked the pattern and what tweaks I would want to make it again. And was it worth it to make it again? And yes, I would say yes. I love it enough that it's worth it to make again. I just need to do a full bust adjustment on it, and not a big one, maybe an inch, and a full bicep, maybe an inch full bicep adjustment, and then it would be so much more comfortable for everyday wear. So I will be making that pattern again. Yeah, all of I've just really loved all of my tops. The blue silk one was the only one that I was just kind of like, well, it's not the most comfortable. And it could be very comfortable, but my other blouses are super comfortable, and yeah, I'm just pleasantly surprised how wonderful that all ended up. Okay, I'm going to stop this video here because I'm going to show you here at the end all 31 days worth of outfits. I filmed myself every morning, so I want to show you all 31 of those outfits that I was able to put together with these 14 pieces. And again, you can go back to that beginning video, and I popped a link to it at the beginning of this video. God, it's confusing. It's like Inception. At the beginning of this video on more in depth on the patterns that I did choose. But there will be links for all 14 of those patterns down below. So if you're interested in any of them, they are down there. But I hope you enjoy my 31 days of Me Made May, and I will see you guys on Friday with a yet to be determined video. Again, it'll either be starting the module, not yet to be determined, it'll either be starting the module series, or it's gonna be my swimsuit lookbook. Because I have finished making all of those except for the suit that I'm going to be doing the sew along for, but I'm not going to make that until I'm able to have time to film the sew along, which will probably be the end of June. Whew, I think that's it. Okay, hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Bye!